Today I'm going to show how you can use ChatGPT to analyze data from a survey that's been exported into a spreadsheet. So the survey that I have here that I need to analyze data for is for a nonprofit organization that I sit on the board for. It's called High Tech High Heels. It's been around for 25 years, and we are under an effort to change the name as part of our evolution for the next 25 years. And so we had input from about 40 people submitted, or exactly 40 people submitted their input for the survey. And I asked a variety of different questions like, what do they think our core identity is? I asked them to imagine what our organization looks like 15 years from now using single words, because I thought that this could help inspire some of the potential names. Then I asked them to specifically identify some names that they might think would be good for the organization. Another key thing that we asked was we wanted them to let us know what are some considerations and avoidances, any words, themes, or trends that we should avoid in our future name. Then I wanted to kind of get a feel of what they thought the tone and the feel of the name might be. And then I gave, like in any good survey design, just an open response, anything else you'd like to add to this. So these are the chunks of data that I'm going to analyze. So I use Typeform. And so you can go ahead and download this here, or you could use any survey software that you use, but I've downloaded it here into Excel. So it looks like one of the entries was my test. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Let me make this bigger. And so from here, I want to start to analyze chunks of this data. Now, I wouldn't advise just uploading the whole spreadsheet into ChatGPT, because you're not going to get the fine-tuned kind of prompts that you want. I suppose you could, but that's not what I'm going to do today. So I want to first go here, and I want to ask it to summarize the defining our identity. So I'm going to copy this column of data. I'm going to move over into ChatGPT, and I'm just here in one of my project folders, but you can do this in just without a project folder. So I want to clarify that I created a survey. I'm going to let ChatGPT know a little bit of the background of what it is that we're looking for. So instead of copying the data here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back to the survey here, and I'm going to copy this because it helps kind of frame what people are doing. I'm going to say here was the survey prompt, survey introduction. That's deadline's not needed here. I'm going to go to hightechhighheels.org, and I'm going to go to our About page just to kind of grab some more information so that ChatGPT knows a little bit more about us, although it could certainly comb the web and find that out. Okay, so I've just copied some information, background information about High Tech High Heels. And I'm going to let it know I'm going to ask your help. Okay, so it's offering some information here. Let's see what it has to say. So I'm going to do mostly qualitative themes here because as a PhD researcher, certainly I am trained to do qualitative research and analysis without software, but now we have ChatGPT, and this is for a volunteer project. So we are 100% going to use this for qualitative themes. So it's ready for us to upload some data, but again, I want to go piece by piece because I think it's going to build us a richer data set. But okay. Here is the first prompt. So in the data table, it just exports the heading. So I actually want to go back to the type form. And I want to capture this subheading here. Okay, so our primary themes are certainly not far from our identity. Empowering girls and women, a focus on STEM, equity, inclusion, and gender gap, opportunity and access, future-focused innovation, role models, and community. So it's offering here some key identity pillars for naming, implications, for naming strategy. So I'm going to tell it, not yet. We have more data to analyze. Let's go back to the type form. And so Q2 is envisioning our future. So in this case, I could upload an Excel with just the words. Actually, I think I might do that. Okay, so I've got this saved. Now I'm going to come back here and attach, upload from computer. So it's uploaded the file here, and I've asked it to analyze this, so it's doing its magical thing here. So here's a qualitative analysis of the future focus vision words from your Q2 survey. Q2 it means to me question 2. I don't know what it thinks it means, but respondents were asked to list 3 to 5 single words. Okay. So top words by frequency, it did an analysis of that. That's great. I could have done that myself, but that would have taken me a lot longer than it took ChatGPT. So empowerment and support, that's one of the first things and the sort of from the first response. Enduring impact. Yeah, so these words are very similar to the first question. So consistency is good. Based on the words chosen by your community, here's a summary of how your brand is envisioned in 15 years. Oh, I like this. A bold, inclusive, and an innovative organization that empowers girls and young women through impactful STEM education, mentorship, and leadership development, shaping the future through equity, access, and inspiration. Nice. Okay, so it's ready for the next question. So I'm going to go back to the type form. And so here is where we had actual name suggestions. Actually, I want to do this last because it's kind of the culminating thing. The next question. And so here it's just one column. So I can just copy and paste this data. Okay, so themes to avoid: overly gendered or stereotypically feminine language, like heels, girl, diva, glitter, pink. Divisive or politically charged language. Unfortunately, DEI has become at the center point of a lot of political mess right now, which makes no sense, but that's what is happening. Exclusive or elitist phrasing. Avoid terms that sound elite, emphasizing opportunities for all. Avoid overly trendy or narrow tech terms. So include trendy terms like AI or overly technical language doesn't translate well into broad audience. Okay. All right, so now I want to go back to the survey and see what's next. So here is the tone and feel of the name. Let's go back to the type form and see. So which of the following best describes the tone we should aim for in our new name? Select all that apply or add your own. So typically I would analyze, if I were to analyze this by hand, I would change this to quantify this. But I'm going to go ahead and paste this in. Let's see, file, save as. These are high tech, high heels, tone and feel words. Okay, now I'm going to upload this. So let's see if it can do this. Okay, count how many times the tone was selected. Okay. Here's a quantitative analysis of the responses to the tone and feel of the prompt. So more people think it should be aspirational, innovative, action-oriented. Okay. Other themes, key takeaways. Okay, so now that we've got all of that done, the last thing that we need to analyze are the actual ideas, the name ideas. And you can see, because there's a lot of blanks, so a lot of people didn't submit ideas, and that's okay. I'm going to make another spreadsheet I can download here. So file. Actually, here, I don't need it to be 5 columns. So here, I'm going to just paste them all down here. Into a single column, because the here it wasn't really a ranking. Now there's a lot of blanks in there, and that's okay. Delete. So even though there's a lot of blanks, it won't copy those into the field here. So now I'm gonna paste all of that in there. I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna come back to the type form and say name suggestions. For the report, I will want to keep this full list. I'm going to ask it if it knows if there are existing brands or organizations with any of the names and group those together. Also, I want it to analyze based on all of the previous, analyze alignment based on all of the previous inputs. All right, let's see what it can do. So it's thinking, processing the data. You can see the cursor pulsing here. And also when this is a circle with a square in it, it means it's still running. Okay, here is an analysis of the name suggestions provided. Names potentially used by existing organizations. Yeah, I recognize quite a few of those. Alignments with previous feedback. Avoidance of gendered stereotypical language. Emphasis on inclusivity and broad STEM focus. Preference for aspirational and innovative tones. So we've got all of the data analyses here. So combine. I'm asking it to make it a canvas, which means it's a document within ChatGPT that I can co-edit with it. Let's see if it will capture everything. Okay, so this is what it calls a canvas. Okay, so this is the analysis. Now I want to go back to ChatGPT and say, I like to be nice to my to my chatbot, so I say thank you for your assistance. I don't know, why not be nice? So it's saying make sure we're mission aligned. Sure, of course. Community testing, gathering feedback, tagline development. Okay. So here I want to, this little symbol here means I can open the Canvas document. I want to go look at it again and I want to see if it's comprehensive. Sometimes it summarizes things too much and I want to just make sure that it's capturing the key information from the chat. Okay, so here's a defending our identity. Here's what it said below. Yeah, so it skipped a lot of these words that were also twos, but identity summary. Oh. This is not included. I want to. So I just asked it to add it into the. I could have added it, but I wanted it to add it where I thought it was best served. Okay, let's go back up to. Okay, it just added it right after that. Okay, considerations and avoidances. It's still updating. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that the summary of the analysis really captures the detailed analysis here. So I like this section here. I want to add it into I just pasted it here. I'm going to say, can you format this? All right, great. So now we're down to tone and feel. Again, I'm just checking to confirm that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, naming suggestions. Okay, it says names already in use. Names with gender limiting language. Oh. Names aligned with strategy. Shortlist candidates. So I'm just scanning back here. Strategic considerations. All right. For the analysis, do I need an executive summary? That's I ask it if I need it. What I actually meant to say is I would like an executive summary at the beginning. Would you like me to add it? Yes. Okay. So the next steps that I will do is I will download this into a PDF. What I will do is I'm gonna polish up this Excel spreadsheet because I want to share it with everyone. Meaning like I'm just gonna kind of like I move some of those columns. Here, like I'm gonna add the full question so that people know what it's actually asking for each of these things, because I want them to have the raw data as well. And then I'll send this report, the raw data, and say I look forward to discussing these things with you all. It's still thinking here. I want to add one more thing. I want to remind them in this report. Okay, so I can't remember. I think I was the one that recommended that we do the survey because I want people to feel like they are part of this process. Otherwise, if we just sort of come in with a new name change, it hurts people's feelings if they feel like they didn't have a chance. Because what has happened is our committee started working and we came up with some recommendations, and then everybody Googled or asked ChatGPT more name ideas and sent those to us. And we're like, yeah, we already talked about those. And so we kind of want to avoid that. And so by doing this survey, it allowed us to make sure people were part of the conversation. And so I'm asking them to sort of add the statement reminding why we did this to the report. All right, so this is the report that I'll send to the committee. And then that's how you use ChatGPT to analyze a table of data like that.